There's a classic David versus Goliath battle underway in Australia as residents fight the richest man in the world and his company's plans to build a new factory on community land. Tesla CEO Elon Musk, the man with a trail of high-profile exes in his wake. Amber Heard, Grimes, the city of Adelaide. Almost 8 years after Elon won both Hearts and Rundle Mall balls with a giant battery in South Australia to prevent energy blackouts, a local council has approved Tesla's proposal to build a battery factory on community land. And not everyone's happy.
Pretty clear that we are not happy with that outcome. We should not be giving away our community lands. We should be maintaining them and enhancing them for the benefit of the environment as well as human health.
When the Marion City Council informed residents of the pitch, it received almost 1,000 submissions from locals, with 95% against Musk. And while that sounds like the name of one of his kids, it shows how the tide has turned against the man who recently ensconced himself with Trump, promoted Germany's far right, and did this. Those local submissions were pretty passionate. So passionate, the council had to tidy it up a bit.
Elon Musk is a full-blown
Elon Musk and Tesla are on humanity.
We should not support and put money in the pockets of a...
But despite the billionaire's disapproval reaching greater heights than many of his rockets, Marion Council overruled community sentiment and voted to approve the project, pointing to the 100 jobs and estimated $56 million economic benefit it would bring to the area. But not all opposition was based on a personal dislike of Musk.
The only things that are really maintaining that site so that it is not a higher risk to the groundwater or human health is the mature trees on that site.
But the Mayor of Marion says the area is pretty much a wasteland, a point he made with some funky background beats.
Once we realised that the soil had been contaminated from years of car industry use, the fact is it's been fenced off and unusable, and it won't be used for recreation again.
I think that's a very sad picture. I think that we need to improve the way we hold organisations accountable for the contamination of a site, because it's the taxpayers that end up paying for the remediation.
So, with the approval process now heading to the state level, who will prevail in the war between Marion and Elon?
My money's on the juggler. Sarah Luscombe is one of the councillors from the Marion Council who voted against the land sale. Sarah, why did you vote against Musk's factory?
Well, I'm just obviously one local councillor and I can't speak on behalf of the whole of council, but in my mind it's really important to consider the community's feedback. And when you've got 95% of people agreeing on something, it's not often actually that you can get 95% of people to agree on anything actually. But I certainly saw it as my view to stick up for those views. Too often we see the views of small communities just being smashed by big corporations. And the community was really clear with me that they wanted to keep the almost 60 mature trees that are on the site, and also that they didn't want that community land to be revoked in order to build a Tesla factory.
Yeah, I find it interesting when the community that you were meant to represent overwhelmingly go one way, for then the council to go, we don't care. Does that not have repercussions?
Well, I don't know. I think certainly different councillors weighed up different perspectives with regard to making the decision. For me, I saw it as an important opportunity to represent the community. I think it's a complex issue, it's nuanced. As you heard, the land is contaminated. But what is also the case is that we know with this type of contamination, trees, particularly mature trees with their roots, can actually help to remediate this kind of contamination. So to my mind, it would make more sense to actually plant more trees to actually look into how we can innovate with the site. We haven't looked into anything else for this site. This was kind of the first shiny thing that came along. So personally, in my view, I would have loved, and certainly I advocated to the Chamber, to look into something else and explore other options.
Sarah, because of the contamination, is there a timeline on when the land could be used for other things?
Well, we haven't actually looked into any of that, and that's what I would have liked to have seen, is to really do an in-depth analysis of what is possible on this land and to deal with it in a way that's in line with our community's expectations. When you've got 95% of people that are against something, and even when you drill down into the data of people that live really close to the area, it was still over 90% of people that did not want this in their backyards.
South Australia and Elon Musk seem to have a really lovely relationship going on a few years ago, Sarah. Does he just need to, accept that it's over and move on?
Well, certainly I can't speak for the state government, and I certainly cannot speak for Elon Musk. I can only speak for our local council, who, well, not our local council, but our local community rather. And certainly they've been very clear that when it comes to being able to stand up for our local rights, that's what they wanted.
Sarah, we appreciate your time. We'll keep following it. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.